This is Chris Pak. I'm a small business owner here in Los Angeles. And to give you a little weekly update on my pending case, as you know, I'm not a lawyer, and as I dig further into it, I realize this is going to be a very long and difficult fight. To give you a little update, so I had received a phone call from LAPD's detective, and we had a few conversations. And during this conversation, he had a lot of questions for me, and he wanted me to detail exactly what happened, etc., etc. And by talking to him, I realized he was working for LAPD, not exactly on my behalf. And when I asked him about whether LAPD is doing anything to preserve those evidences, like that I requested, such as the body cam footages, and all the communication, the transcript and actual audio file, etc., the sworn statements. And he wasn't really exactly cooperative. So instead of waiting for him to call, I went to the Central Division and talked to another detective to see if I actually have any official case number, because so far after 2 requests, I haven't gotten any answer on that particular area or aspect. So I went there, I asked a few questions. The detective, he was very kind enough to give me my official case, the complaint, so it's been filed. And I asked him what I have to do to make sure I obtain those copies, because as I clearly indicated from the get-go, I'll be filing a lawsuit and I'll be seeking damages. And so to make the story short, I had to make a request to the city, the legal affairs division. So I called them, and they were able to give me some instructions. And I went there a few days ago to actually hand deliver the official request for preservation of evidences. And there was nobody to receive, because of the pandemic situation, the office is closed. When I called the office, there wasn't anybody. It was very difficult to get hold of somebody. So anyway, yesterday I sent the certified mail, and I'm sure they'll be receiving it very shortly. And it's been about 17 days so far, and I believe we are still okay within the timeline for LAPD to preserve those evidences. So that's where we are right now. Well, so yeah, getting back to the story, it's a lot more complicated than I thought, and as I clearly indicated, I want to avoid having lawyers involved, because, like I said, my motive is not about the monetary gain. And when there's lawyers involved, there are fees the city has to pay, etc., etc. And I don't want city to lose money more than any other citizen. I feel like there's something systematically wrong with our police department at the moment. And I believe that's maybe something with the training or something from the bad leadership. I don't know what it is, but I know that there's a problem that exists at the moment. And I feel like something needs to change in order for our city to get better, basically. So, I believe when you do a dumb thing, sometimes nice smack in the head does much better than getting a pat on the back. And that's what my motive is. And sometimes, the steeper your price, the better you learn. And I don't have to look very far, because I'm the perfect example of that that lesson, or sort of, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And like I said, I want to find out. And so, I don't know, even though it's kind of challenging, at the same time, it's kind of fun for me. So, well, stay tuned, and I hope to give you another update next week, and I'm sure I'll be hearing from LAPD and the Discovery Department by then. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.